Welcome to our Minecraft Civilization by Nicole and Diya. So when you start, there's a big gate with a little flower, and then just open the gate.
You can go through.
And then you go through, and then you see a very big open space.
There's our train station, all the trees, all
So,
the other buildings.
so one form we had of technology was instead of people walking, which they got too tired to, we kind of made a little train station, I guess, and then here are carts, and you can ride on one. For example, let me get in one. And then you just can go forward. And I guess I'm shoving them right now, but there's a line right now. But anyways, yeah, and you can get out of one by doing that. So I'm not going to ride in one of them right now because I'm just not going to. And then you can loop around, and it's pretty cool. Another form of technology that we had was the chariots. And so Diya made the chariots here, so why don't you explain it?
So, the chariots have little doors, and you can just go inside them. They're pretty small. There's a pretty small chariots. There's a little space for people to sit and drive their horses, which there are actually a lot of here. A lot of the townspeople and the villagers love the chariots.
Yes.
They love them. They just
One example of a stable food supply that we happen to have is, making my way over there right now, is we have a well for the villagers to get water that they need to drink from. And as the source, we have a river surrounded by red flowers, and they get their water from here, and they come here every day, and they're usually buckets, but they don't have them. And then there's this very pretty waterfall that they built. And another example of stable food supply that they had is they have a farm. So as there are some wheat, and I think that is watermelon, but I could be wrong. And so they're just growing there, and they get their food from there. And we have a farm too with a lot of cows, a lot of chickens. We just have kind of a lot of animals roaming around the place, like a bunch of horses. So we have a farm, and that's how they eat.
And a form of government we have is the government building, which we're making our way over to. And all our government officials live and they make their meetings there. They are probably the smartest people in the town, and they help the king make his decisions.
And I want to see what this looks like. This is a table where they all sit to have their government buildings, and usually in every single building there's always artwork on the walls, and this is one way this civilization expresses their creativity is by painting art on the walls. So this is one with a skeleton
In a boat,
I
think.
And they just create whatever they please, and we put it on the walls, and it's just a great way for them to express their creativity.
And if you noticed inside the building, there were some blocks with little checkered patterns. Those are like note blocks. They just like create music.
Oh yeah, okay, so these, oops, I'm trying to get inside. Okay, so these right over here are very cool because you can play music. Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
No, those are jukeboxes, actually.
They're jukeboxes. I'm sorry. They're jukeboxes, and you can get discs and play music in them. So that's another example of the arts. So I'm going to get out of the government building. So, Diya, do you want to explain the
King's house.
Yes.
So the king's house is where the king lives. It's this giant house in the center of town, and people can come and request stuff from him.
Oh, the priest house. The king's priests.
And inside there are some decorations. It's decorated by flowers. He has a giant bed. Sometimes
here's a canopy bed.
Sometimes you can find villagers coming and visiting him. He's not home right now, but yeah.
Yeah, so it's not very decorated, but he does the best he can. And they had a social. We have a priest house, which is here. Wait. Oops. Okay, so the priest house is over here, and he is at the top level of the social system, and so he has a very large house at the center of top class, and he has a very large house, and most top class people have two-story houses, but he does not. So he has a lot of artwork, and they did a lot of writing in our civilization, and he has quite a vast library, as you can see.
He also helped write the signs that you might have noticed are outside all the houses.
Yes.
He's a very smart guy.
Yes. And then, as well as that, one thing we did was the government thought it would be a good idea to protect us was to build a wall, a stone wall, and it's still being built currently at the moment, so this is kind of just what it looks like now, but as the years pass by, it'll become a lot bigger and larger.
There might be another wall in the future.
Yeah. And I believe that is it. So, oh, no, there's one more thing.
The trees.
One thing we do have here is they did a lot of worshiping and religion, and so one way they'd honor their loved ones or families or friends is they would bury them, and they would usually leave some flowers. And here's a sign, so in loving memory of Bob the Snob, or here was a loving wife and a loving husband, and they both passed away together.
Many people give flowers to their people.
So here's a cross as well.
And then there's the temple over there. As we're coming towards it. It has some statues inside where people can pray to some of the gods that they like.
And I believe that's it. So we hope you enjoyed our Minecraft civilization.
Thank you for visiting.
Yeah, thank you for watching. And bye.